Jaghatai Khan, known as the Great Khan, the Kagan, and the Warhawk, was the Primarch of the White Scars, the fierce warriors of the 5th Legion. He led them through the Great Crusade and the brutal storm of the Horus Heresy, carving a legend across the stars. For 70 years after the heresy's end, Jaghatai fought at the head of his legion until the year 84 millennium 31st, when he vanished into the Maelstrom, a vast warp rift in the Ultima Segmentum, a shadow of the dreaded Eye of Terror. Jaghatai has not been seen since, yet the White Scars hold fast to the belief that their Primarch still lives, waiting in the shadows of the Webway, ready to return in their darkest hour. Until that day, their fury burns against the Drukhari, an undying vendetta that drives them to seek vengeance upon the Xenos at every turn. Welcome lore lovers to another deep dive into the vast universe of Warhammer 40k. Today, we embark on an epic journey through the history of Jaghatai Khan, the White Tiger, and his legendary battles across the stars. From the jungles of Chogoris to the battlefields of the Imperium, let's explore the triumphs and trials of this incredible warrior. Grab your swords and let's ride into the past. Jaghatai Khan's story began when his gestation capsule was flung through the warp by the ruinous powers of chaos, landing on a distant world in the Yasan sector, later named Mundus Planus by the Imperium, though its people knew it as Chogoris, a land of endless green plains, towering white mountains, and deep blue seas. It was home to civilizations caught in the echoes of the Age of Strife, their technology resembling the pike and shot era of old Earth's renaissance. At the height of Chogoris' history, a powerful feudal empire ruled most of the land. Led by a warlord called the Palatine, his discipled armies of armored cavalry and arquebus-wielding foot soldiers maintained control. Yet, beyond his borders lay the Empty Quarter, a vast and desolate grassland, home to scattered, warring nomadic tribes. The Palatine's forces rarely ventured there, save for raids, taking slaves, or hunting the steppe warriors for sport. Jaghatai's fate was shaped in the Empty Quarter. Found as an infant by On Khan, chieftain of the Talaskars, he was seen as a gift from the gods. His eyes burned with a fire unlike any other, marking him as a destined warrior. But the other tribes feared him, for he saw beyond their endless feud, glimpsing a greater purpose. His defining moment came when his adoptive father was slain by the rival Kurayad tribe. Young but unmatched in battle, Jaghatai led his people in ruthless vengeance, eradicating the Kurayad to the last. From that day forward, he vowed to end the constant bloodshed and unite the scattered tribes under one banner. One by one, the warring clans fell before him, their warriors joining his cause. He absorbed their forces, merging rival tribes to erase old grudges, forging them into an unstoppable horde. His rise did not go unnoticed. The Palatine sent hunting parties to break him, but none returned. When 10 summers had passed, an avalanche separated him from his people, leaving him to the mercy of an aristocratic hunting band led by the Palatine's son. Only one rider returned to the capital, carrying his master's severed head on a message. No longer were the steppes the Palatine's playground. Enraged, the Palatine gathered a mighty army, marching went to crush the nomads forever. But he had underestimated Jaghatai. The heavily armored Imperial troops, trained for rigid formations, were no match for the swift riders of the Empty Quarter. The sky darkened with arrows, and the disciplined ranks of the Empire were broken. The Palatine fled with a handful of retainers. His army was annihilated. With this victory, the warlords of the steppe proclaimed Jaghatai the Kagan, the Khan of Khans. The conquest of Chogoris had begun. City after city fell before his warriors, given the choice to submit or be wiped from history. The capital itself, seeing no hope, turned on its ruler, delivering his head to the Khan. As he had done with his first great enemy, Jaghatai adorned his tent with the fallen tyrant's skull. Within 20 years, he had achieved what no warlord before him could. He ruled all of Chogoris. Yet the nomads cared little for governance, retreating to the steppes, leaving Jaghatai to rule in the name alone. He enforced his will through sheer strength, keeping peace by the promise of annihilation for any who broke it. But what he might have built in time remained unknown, for destiny had other plans. Less than 6 months after his conquest was complete, the Emperor of Mankind arrived. He came not with a scouting force of Jaghatai's own 5th Legion, the White Scars, but with the might of the Luna Wolves, led by Horus himself, The Emperor found not a lost son in need of guidance, but a conqueror whose achievements rivaled any among his Primarch brothers. Most records claim Jaghatai knelt in awe, but his own writings reveal another truth. He saw in the Emperor's offer the same choice he had given the tribes and cities of Chogoris: submit or perish. Weighing the Imperium's power, he bent the knee, but only after securing promises for his people's future. No longer burdened by rule, he welcomed the call to war, trading his throne for a greater battlefield. Jaghatai was a master of conquest, but the weapons and war machines of the Imperium were beyond his knowledge. There was no time for slow tutelage. War engulfed the stars, and every Primarch was needed at the front. Some, like Gilliman and Dorn, feared his swift induction left him unprepared for the Imperium's complexities, but none could deny his skill in war. He took command of the 5th Legion, now truly the White Scars, and led them into the crucible of the Great Crusade, carving his name into legend. Enjoying the tale of the Khan's glory? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Liandrug so our lore-loving community can grow. The more we grow, the more content I can create, bringing you even more stories from the 40k universe and beyond. Hit that bell to stay tuned. Jaghatai Khan, Primarch of the White Scars, inherited a fractured legion scattered across the galaxy, its warriors fighting independent wars. Unlike others who might have lamented this, the Great Khan saw an opportunity. As he once united the nomadic tribes of Chogoris, he sought to forge his disparate warriors into a single force. He began by recruiting from his own people, transforming those strong enough into space marines. He then issued a grand summons to the scattered pioneers companies of the 5th Legion. Over the course of nearly a decade, they gathered at Chogoris, yet unity eluded them. They were strangers to one another, bound only by shared genetics and a distant allegiance to the Imperium. The Kagan changed this through tradition. In the empty quarter, tens of thousands of warriors underwent deblooding, cutting scars into their own faces to signify their loyalty. Each warrior also took a new name, symbolizing rebirth into the Ordo of Jaghatai. From this moment, they ceased to be the scattered remnants of the 5th Legion and became the White Scars. Beyond ritual, the Khan forged them in war. He led his reborn legion into the Kolorn Circle, a lawless region teeming with Xenos and human renegades. There, his warriors learned to fight as one. Isolated companies survived years of battle, their skills tempered by hardship. The Khan's personal champions, Kinja, Targutai Yesujay, and Hasik Noyan Khan, spread his teachings, ensuring his tactics of mobility, precision, and unrelenting assault became the Legion's foundation. 5 years of brutal conflict bound them together in blood and fire. Emerging victorious, the White Scars rejoined the Great Crusade. Unlike the meticulous Ultramarines or the indomitable Imperial Fist, they fought as a storm, striking swiftly, overwhelming the enemy, then vanishing before retribution could come. Their tactics, drawn from Chogoris' steppe warfare, made them masters of maneuver, perfectly suited for the rapid conquest demanded by the Emperor. Yet their ways were often misunderstood. Some saw them as undisciplined marauders, akin to the World Eaters or Space Wolves, but they were warriors of both intellect and ferocity. They valued learning, philosophy, and the noble pursuits of Chogoris as much as they did war. Their code of honor, though different from others, was deeply ingrained. Mercy was given only when deserved, and victory was pursued with ruthless efficiency. Despite their prowess, they remained outsiders among the Legion's Astartes. Jaghatai, ever the enigmatic warlord, kept his own counsel. Few Primarchs sought his friendship, save Magnus the Red, another outcast among their ranks. Yet, despite their status, the White Scars were never mere followers. They were the storm, the riders of the void, and the bringers of swift death to the enemies of mankind. Year 881, Millennium 30, the Luna Wolves, Death Guard, and White Scars Legion, led by their Primarchs, set out to bring Imperial compliance to a once civilized world now shrouded in mystery. Upon arrival, they were met with eerie silence and a city full of vacant, lifeless humans. It soon became apparent that an alien force had enslaved the population through psychic domination, using extra-dimensional portals centered around the world's cities. The 3 Primarchs, Horus, Mortarion, and Jaghatai Khan, determined that only by closing these portals could Drune be freed. The 3 legions, led by Khan, launched a campaign against the alien influence. The White Scars, known for their speed, led the charge, targeting concentration of Xenos power across the vast waste of Drune. Their storm seers aided in locating and combating the alien invaders, whose monstrous forms and deadly psychic attacks proved formidable. Despite resistance, the campaign advanced to the heart of the enemy stronghold, where the Primarchs faced a gigantic, psionically powerful creature emerging from the warp. The final battle saw the Great Khan, with the help of his remaining Stormseers, outmaneuver the beast, ultimately striking at its weak point. The behemoth's death triggered a violent explosion of etheric power, but Khan was saved by Horus before being pulled into the collapsing warp vortex. Despite their victory, the inhabitants of Drune were left to die, their minds severed from the alien domination. Following his triumph, the tale of the Pale Emperor unfolds, a story of defiance, pride, and destruction. In the late years of the Great Crusade, Khan's White Scars encountered a small human enclave at the edge of no space, ruled by the Pale Emperor. Initially offering peace and unity, the White Scars envoy was met with violence and betrayal, leading to a bloody conflict. The White Scars, led by Jaghatai Khan, decimated the enemy forces, but when they finally confronted the Pale Emperor in his throne room, Khan spared him, choosing not to stain his blade with the blood of a fool. The Pale Emperor's fate was sealed by his own arrogance, and Jaghatai's mercy was a harsh lesson in pride. Though the story's details vary, the core of the table remains a testament to Khan's strength, strategy, and leadership. The tale serves as a warning to those who would challenge the Great Khan and his legion, a reminder of the price of pride. Jaghatai Khan, the Primarch of the White Scars, had close ties with Horus Lupercal of the Luna Wolves and Magnus the Red of the Thousand Suns, both of whom shared his appreciation for swift warfare. He found camaraderie in their shared outsider status among the other Primarchs. The White Scars frequently fought alongside the Luna Wolves, blending their tactics. The Thousand Suns, with their love of knowledge, also formed strong bonds with the White Scars, as both legions felt somewhat detached from the rest of the Imperium. However, the White Scars had strained relationships with several other legions, most notably the Death Guard and the Space Wolves. The latter's reputation as executioners led to the White Scars being unfairly judged as savages due to their tribal marks. This comparison only deepened the rift between the 5th Legion and the rest of the Imperium. Despite the hostility, the White Scars remained true to their culture, valuing speed and precision in battle. The rivalry between the White Scars and the Raven Guard had deep historical roots, marked by events such as the assault on Hive Lin Mei and Operation Kronos. These conflicts created lasting enmity between the two chapters, a grudge that endured into the late 41st millennium. During the Ullanor Crusade, the White Scars played a vital role in the defeat of the Orc Empire, a victory that set the stage for Horus's rise to War Master. Despite the glory of this campaign, Jaghatai Khan and Horus's bond, though close, eventually faded as the crusade continued. The Council of Nicaea, convened to discuss the use of psychic powers, saw Jaghatai's absence due to a campaign in the Chondak system. The Khan had advocated for the controlled use of psychic abilities, yet Magnus's vocal support for sorcery led to the Council's rejection of the White Scars' more balanced approach. Jaghatai, frustrated by the outcome, felt his absence had cost the Imperium a chance for a more moderate solution to the issue. In the aftermath, the White Scars continued their campaigns, including hunting down the remnants of the Orc Empire in Chondax, where Jaghatai's legions thrived in their familiar style of rapid warfare. Thank you, lore lovers, for joining me on this adventure through Jaghatai Khan's past. If you enjoyed the ride, remember to like, share and subscribe to keep the stories flowing. And if you want to dive deeper into the world of Warhammer 40k and beyond, join our Discord community where we can chat about all things lore. Until next time, may the stars guide your way.